Oh, the neuromuscular junction. I love the neuromuscular junction. I like to twitch like this. Okay, the neuromuscular junction. So this is the nerve up here. Okay, and this is the electrical impulses going down here to the other end, and this is the target we're trying to get to. The electrical impulse comes, ooh, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. Ooh, it stimulates there, comes down, electrical impulse, a wave of propagation, and calcium comes in. Divalent cation, calcium comes in. Calcium comes in. So run, we have the stimulus coming down. Number two, the calcium is going to go into, because that's called the ligand gated. Man, ligand gated. Why can't you speak English? Protein. What do you mean? It's a toll booth. You know? It's like the phantom toll booth, okay? Phantom toll booth, okay? Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Milo. When he was at school, he thought about being at home. And when he was at home, he thought about being at school. And wherever he went, he walked very fast. Phantom toll booth. Phantom toll booth is a ligand-gated channel. It appears, it's a carrier, it's special, it's complex, it takes things that are to places they've never been before, and it creates a magical action, which in this case is called the vesicles releasing acetylcholine. It's the phantom toll booth. Under the right stimulus, the phantom toll booth appears. Ligand-gated channel. A ligand is a $5 word for a special protein. Ligand. Special protein, man. Special protein, okay? It's a special protein that appears that will take an electrical stimulus and turn it into a chemical stimulus. This is one of the most extraordinary things in the world there is. The concept of how do you see the very juncture between electrical energy and chemical energy. Boom! Resulting in mechanical energy. Electrical stimulus from the nerve becomes a chemical stimulus. The calcium goes into the cell. The high calcium drives the vesicle of acetylcholine out. Acetylcholine is chemical energy. The chemical energy goes across and makes the sodium and potassium channels change. Then what happens is all of a sudden you have this action potential, the neuromuscular junction, and you change the electrical energy of the nerve into the chemical energy of calcium releasing acetylcholine, making the potassium leave the cell and sodium rush in. Potassium leaves and sodium rushes in on the neuromuscular junction. Three chemicals. Calcium releases acetylcholine. The acetylcholine makes the action potential happen in the neuromuscular junction. Sodium goes in, potassiums go out. So we take electrical energy, transform it to the chemical energy, calcium, acetylcholine to sodium, resulting in the mechanical energy of the muscular contraction. Wow. Come on. Right? Wow. Oh, what a piece of work as a man. How noble in form, how infinite in faculties, in form and moving, how like an angel, in apprehension, how like a god, the beauty of the world, the paragon of animals. Next slide. Neuromuscular transmission. We have an action potential going down the neuron. That's electrical energy. It goes down in the presynaptic. Remember, presynaptic. This is presynaptic up here. Synapse is space. Synapse is space. That's all it means. Synapse is space. Half of learning medicine is learning a different language. Synapse is space. The electrical potential goes down the presynaptic, opens the calcium channels. The calcium channels let calcium come in. That's a nice thing for calcium channels to do. Yo, what do the calcium channels bring in? I don't know, maybe chloride? No, I think it's calcium. Yeah, calcium channels let calcium come in to the presynaptic. It brings the calcium in to the axon terminal. The calcium makes the acetylcholine vesicles. What's a vesicle? It's a ball. It's a water balloon. It's a water balloon. It's a water balloon of acetylcholine going into the synaptic cleft, and this acetylcholine diffusion, this is a big deal, the Because remember, neuromuscular junctions are under acetylcholine, and they must diffuse. And diffusion is a slower process than a gap junction can be. Diffusion is a slower process than a syncytium of electricals that has no synapses. This is still a space. This is still a space. It's like the difference between an international airport and a domestic airport. There's a space there, it takes a little time to diffuse across. So it's like the difference, okay? Gap junctions and electrical syncytium is like going between states in the United States. Syncytium is like going between states. Driving. Now, gap junctions, it's like going across an easy border that represents no barrier to passage. Synapses are a little slow. It's like an international airport. The acetylcholine goes in there, goes into the synapse. And when the acetylcholine goes in across the synapse, there's nicotinic receptors on the other side. Now, that's relatively slower than the gap junctions and the electrical syncytium that happens in smooth muscle and cardiac muscle. That's relatively slower. Synapses. Now, when the acetylcholine touches the receptors on the postjunctional membrane, you again, ligand, see that word ligand? Why can't we just say special protein? Special protein, okay? That's like, an immigration officer, you know what I mean? Special protein. Special protein lets it in there to let, in the channels, to let sodium be able to go into the muscle. And the influx of sodium, as we said before, when the sodium is able to go into the cell, sodium is positive. When the sodium goes in, it makes the interior of the cell more positive. EPP is an end plate potential. EPP is an end plate potential.